Hi everybody! In today's video we are going to talk about a subject that requires both strength and straps. And you might have guessed, we are going to talk about bras. I've had my fair share of struggles related to the subject, from double layering to straps digging into my shoulders to bands riding up like they wanted to catch my hair in a ponytail or something, to glossy magazines that were telling me that I'm too much, to being bullied and then me trying to hide from the world. But I healed. I grew out of it. We are going to talk about the history and the bra science, because by the end of the video I want you to know how to choose and where to choose and have a little bit of history, because our struggles are not recent. And also I would love by the end of the video for you to be able to make the right decisions into getting the proper support for your twins. I am really proud to introduce you to the affiliate program today. I've been using their products since 2011 when I discovered them, and I gotta tell you that I'm getting so many benefits out of wearing their bras. First of all, they are affordable. Second of all, they are really durable. Like this bra, I got it in 2013 or 2014. It's 12 years old and I am still wearing it. Of course, there will be here and there some tearing or some stretching, but that it's normal and it's to be expected eventually, but because these things happen with a smaller bras too. But when you have so much pressure from the weight, it's really important to understand that a good bra that lasts you a long time, it's actually a real good deal. And what I loved a lot about Brastop is that they have interesting bras. Up until the point I found them, my bras were quite boring, quite kind of beige. I mean, how many beige bras can a girl have, right? But with Brastop, you have padded, you have simple, you have cute lace like this in different colors. I have this in yellow too. This is just a part of my collection. This is another type of nude. And then you have another type of lace, and then you have the more courageous kind of lingerie. And with that bra before, there comes this kind of panty. This is what surprised me the most. I mean, I believe that there is not enough technology put in Elon Musk rockets compared to this bra. It's a joke, of course, but I'm telling you, the people who thought about this design, they're scientists for real. The back strap, it's really sturdy. It holds, like, it's elastic and it holds really good. It has those silicone lines. When I tell you that, I was surprised to the core for something to hold me without straps. I wore this bra at Nothing But Thieves concert last year, and at the end of the concert I was struggling with my bladder, so I ran towards the ladies room areas and I was surprised. First of all, I didn't knock myself out, and second of all, they didn't pop out of it, and third of all, they hold it together. Like, how do I explain this? It's the joys that these type of things can give to a girl like me, they cannot be explained, honestly. So if you are looking into getting yourself some good bras, I full wholeheartedly recommend Brastop.com, and you can get a 10% discount at checkout if you use the code Roxanne10, and they will give me a small kickback as a thank you at no extra cost for you. So again, Brastop.com, or just click the link in the description down below, and at checkout use the code Roxanne10 for 10% off. And now let's get back to history. So the next part is the history part, and I will have here some images, and I might sneak from time to time to my notes here, because history for me, from as much as I like it, it's really difficult, and I will have to have this crutch for this part, and I hope you don't mind it. So here we go. First, we talk about the Minoan Crete, in which we had the snake goddess, and ladies were following trends back then, so they were wearing something bra-like that was in the shape of a snake. It was with support, but also showing off all the goods. Ladies back then did not have any issue to show their goodies, and I'm assuming the weather was good too. Like, try that in winter. Here, at least, or even further north, you're not going to enjoy that. I'm assuming the Viking ladies were not wearing that back then. And then silly. We have the ancient Greece, in which the ladies were wearing a simple band that was going around the body, was wrapping the body all around, and it was called apodesmos. In the same time, in ancient Rome, I'm assuming the ladies had issues with the way they were perceived, or with their bodies. They were going through some different kind of phase compared to ancient Greece, and that was called strophium, and it was a cloth band that was so tight, and it was meant to stop the growth and also to flatten the chest. Now, for the longest time, historians thought that the bra was a modern thing, but guess what? Medieval age came with a game-changer information. Back in 2008, some archaeologists found in a castle in Austria called Langburg some bras that were lace decorated. They were made out of linen, and they were made by hand. They were not made by tailors, who were mostly men back then. So ladies started to develop some technology to offer them support in a do-it-yourself kind of fashion, because I'm assuming it was not easy to go to a man to get your bra made back in the day. What I found really interesting and funny is how language and words evolved, and there was something that would translate to English into breast bags, and it's really cute how it all went to French, because the French can sell lingerie. So now there comes a joke that if you ever felt like a bra is some sort of a medieval torture device, well, it's from that period, because what the ladies have done back then resembles a lot what we have in the modern times. Now, in the Renaissance, Catherine de' Medici introduced the corsets, and first of all, they were quite medical, for medical reason, but then they entered in fashion and everybody was wearing them. But somewhere, somehow, there was a lady who was not happy about them. And in 1866 in the UK, we have the first patent for something that is bra-like, wired and made out of lace. And then in 1869, in France, Armini Erminicadol. 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 Come on, Roxy, you've learned French. She split a corset into 2 parts, and she made the soutien-gorge, which is the early kind of bra, and also corselet-gorge, which was the bra support with straps. Modern era begins with Vogue using the name brassiere for the first time in 1907, and this word comes from French, and it was derived from brassiere, which meant breastplate. So for me, it's actually quite funny how it evolved from breast bag to breastplate to brassiere. Like, there is evolution 500 years later, but there is some evolution. In between 1910 and 1914, this lady Mary Phelps Jacob, aka Caress Crosby, she invented the first backless brassiere, and it was made out of silk ribbon and 2 handkerchiefs, and she patented it in 1914. And then in 1917, during the First World War, ladies were asked to stop using corsets because people needed the metal for something else, else. That's how this bra that Mary invented came in handy. But there was an issue. It was not a one-size-fits-all as we know it, and also it was flattening a lot because it was like 2 triangles that was flattening. In 1920, it was invented this thing called bandeau, who was actually flattening the chest, and then in 1922, Ida Rosenthal founded maiden form, and for the first time she invented the bra with cups and the fit, and now we have a revolution in this world. And then in between 1927 and 1929, the Kestos bras in the UK added the elastic straps to the bras that were crossing on the back for greater support, which tells me we are approaching more and more the days of our lives.
10 years I've been waiting for a break like this, Chandler. 10 years. I mean, days of our lives. That's actually on television.
Now, after that, we have a rush from the 30s to the 50s, and we go through the fact that brassiere was shortened to bra, and then during the Second War, the bullet kind of bra, the conic kind of bra was invented for protection. And then Frederick Mellinger invents the push-up bra in 1947, and in 1950 Marilyn Monroe creates the iconic sweater girl look. And then we rush to the 60s and 80s, and in 1968 we have the Freedom Trash Can protest, in which bras were discarded, not burned. But I remember a funny quote from Dolly Parton, who said that when she took part of this protest and she burned her bra, it took the fire department 3 days to put it down, which I found really funny. But not knowing these facts, but still it's funny. The first sport bra was invented in 1977, and it was made out of 2 jog straps sewn together. It's interesting what people were able to do to create something to support something. And then Madonna had her own bra in the late 80s and 90s, so bras became some kind of fashion tools. With the 2000s, we had 2 famous and super expensive bras, and one was worn by Heidi Klum, and it was rated at £5 million. Also, there was the Red Hot Fantasy bra, rated at $15 million. In nowadays, we are lucky to be able to find plenty type of bras, from prices ranging in between 50 cents to thousands of dollars, euros, or pounds. Fortunately, we are able to find everyday wear lingerie at affordable prices, even for the big girlies. And of course, because I tend to be a full-on traveler into the rabbit holes of subjects, I also went on the geography type of information, and I found that in the US the average size is 34 double D, which would be an E in the UK sizing. But it's really important to understand that the average sizing is not quite accurate because brands use vanity sizing and also inconsistent charts. But still, it's bigger than it was 30 years ago. In Europe, it's different from area to area, and the North and the Central Europe, places like Scandinavia, Germany, Czech Republic, will be averaging around D and E, and then the South Europe, with France, Spain, Italy, it's going to average on a smaller side, which is a B and a C, and UK, just like USA, it's going to be a double D. But there are countries with higher than average density. So, what I found, don't shoot the messenger, alright, is that in countries like Finland, Denmark, Sweden, what else is there? Norway, because the ladies are taller and more like bigger as frames, their breasts are bigger as well. But also in the US and Canada, the ladies are above average, and that is a mix in between obesity levels and also genetic mix. Russia and Eastern European countries have reported a denser volume in the cups naturally, which is quite interesting because I am Eastern European. I couldn't. And it's based on the proportion in between the band and the cup, right? Just couldn't help myself, sorry. But then there are also the regions with a smaller average, which is Asia with AB averaging, and also Africa, same with AB, except for the countries in which the BMI is higher as an average. Of course, I couldn't help but be curious about it, and I wondered if during history, at least modern history, something changed in regard with the breast sizes, and yeah, indeed, it happened. Back in the 30s, the average cup size was 34B, which switched during the 60s towards 80s, and also it was related to the increasing of obesity levels up until today, when the average told by the retailers is 34 double D. Am I curious what's going to be in 100 years? Yes, I am. Are you? Of course, we have plenty of things that influence us today in how our body develops, and it starts with what we eat, with what we put on our skin, with what we breathe, and also with what we inherit from our family and from our ancestors. Now, obesity has a huge role in it, and that is because most of the tissue inside the breast is fat. And when your body gets fatter, obviously it's going to grow too. And I've been through this roller coaster. I've been, not longer than 3 years ago, I've been at 38K, and now I'm at 35 34K, which is a big difference. Their own volume, but also in mine. And I will show you, I do not have the 38K anymore, but I do have this 36K, and this is a 34K, right? First of all, you will see that there is a difference in between the length of the strap. So that will tell you, and it comes on both sides, right? So that will tell you that you have a lot of volume extra around your rib cage as well. Also, the cups, I'm guessing this is not the, no, because this is a full coverage, it's not the best one to show, but this is a 34K. It's also important to see the difference in cup, it's huge. So a 34K, it's going to be smaller, both straps and cup, than a 36K, then a 38K, then a 40K, then a 42K. So the wider the back strap and the bigger the cup, the bigger the breast. But proportion wise, it's still quite the same proportion. Like the difference in between cup and band, it's the same if you are 32K to 42K. The difference in between the way we perceive it is 42K is going to look a lot bigger, but as proportion, mathematically, it's the same. And then we have the hormones in the food, we have the hormone disruptive chemicals in cosmetics, and then we have the birth control and medication, which can play a little bit with the hormones and can play a role into breast growth as well. Now we have plenty of types of bras, and there are the everyday bras that you will wear under your t-shirt, under your dress. The bralettes, for instance, you have them wired or not, you have them encapsulating or not, we have them out of lace, padded or not, out of elastic. It's a feast of creativity there. You also have those that are made for, I'm thinking maybe one day somebody will do them for the bigger girls too. You have the silicone bras that will actually hold everything together without having straps or band, and you have plenty of varieties of how it's made and where it's made. It's now the market is full of it, and that is really important because us ladies, we need lingerie that is beautiful, that is comfortable, that is making us feel good, and that is supporting us. And I believe, now I'm rambling, but I believe that a woman should own some lingerie that is going to make her feel sexy, some lingerie that is going to make her feel comfortable, and some lingerie that is going to support her when she's doing her workout. And it's important to have that, in my point of view, because once you know how it feels like to be in all these situations and feel safe, you will feel safe in your own body. I cannot tell you for how many years I struggled with the idea of I cannot be fragile because my breasts are big. In the sense of, I did love something with a spaghetti strap. And to me that is some sort of a fragile kind of outfit, right? And because back then I did not have something like this bra that would hold me, I would think, how can this little strap, it can be fragile when my bra has that huge strap. And then I did mistakes like getting bras that had straps that were tiny, and then they would dig into my shoulders and stuff like that. It's really important to understand that the underwear that we wear that makes us feel good, sexy, whatever we want to feel. It's really important to understand that the feel that we have on our skin closest to ourselves. In between me and this t-shirt, it's still my bra, and the way the bra makes me feel reflects a lot how I act on the outside. Because if I am in pain because of my bra, and I did have bras that did not fit me, that did not do me any favor, but they were digging into my shoulders and give me including headaches, because from the pain here to have a nerve that is having enough, it's not far. And then back pain because I was wearing the wrong kind of bra. It was a good size, but it was the wrong kind of bra for the type of breast that I have, and it was making me have too much on the front, too much of the weight on the front, and not enough support on the straps and on the band, and it would give me a scoliosis crisis. It's really important to understand that underwear, it's playing an important role in your mental health and in your physical health. So let's talk about sizing, and I will tell you things that I've read in statistics and things that I've seen with my own eyes as a boudoir photographer. 70% of the ladies do not wear the proper size, or they don't know the type of bra that suits their type of breast. Is for as many type of bras there are, as many types of breasts there are. Yours might be fuller on top, might be fuller on the lower side, might be fuller on this side, or might be fuller on the inside. Your breast might look outside or look inside. They might be perky like that, or they might be a little bit humbler. Is that a word? Well, I'm using terms in way that is going to be YouTube friendly. So the thing is, it's important to understand that there will be bras that will work for you, and there will be bras that will not work for you, and you have to check it out and see what type of breast you have and what type of bra works for the type of breast you have. Because for instance, if you have, they are called relaxed, the type that goes down and has most of the volume down. So here is going to be a lot of empty skin, emptier at least, right? If I'm going to get a bra that has only half a cup and also goes really low here on this area, when I'm going to bend, everything is going to be out. So what I need for my type is something that is having a lot fuller effect, right? That is going above the breast. If this bra would end here, I would spill out of it. But because it doesn't, it works properly. And it's also important to understand that the side spilling, it's something that's real, and that is because the cup is not proper. Then there is the under spilling because the band is too big. It's the band riding up because it is too big. It's the pain in the shoulders because the fitting is not good and all the weight is hanging on the straps, and it shouldn't be like that. So to measure properly, you need to measure underneath your breasts, just underneath, around the rib cage, and take a note of the number there. If it's even, that's your band strap in inches. If it's uneven, you need to go either 1 inch higher or 1 inch lower, depending on how you prefer your band. Yeah, I prefer it snuggier because I prefer to feel supported. This is my preference. I prefer to and also because bras tend to get looser in time, I prefer to get it 1 inch smaller and then hook it at the first line, and then in time, when the band gets looser and looser, I will move the hooks towards the furthest one from the beginning. And then you measure around yourself, around the nipple area. And for every single inch, there is a difference in between what you have around and your rib cage measurement. It's going to be, for every single inch, it's going to be 1 letter. Now, in Europe, we have also the double sizes like double D, double E, double F. Those are not half sizes, they are full sizes, but they are made so that you don't finish the alphabet before you finish the cups. There are also the sister sizes. For instance, a 34D can be also a 32E or a 36C. Depending on how you prefer it, snuggier or looser. So, and how I told you earlier, you have to understand that the sizing is actually scaling. As mentioned before, 34K, it's not gonna be the same with 36K, the same with 38K. I'm swearing my 38K was a parachute of a bra. It was huge. I did give it away because it didn't fit anymore in any shape and form. It was ginormous. And yeah, so I gave it away to somebody who can actually take use of it. But it's really important to understand that when you think about somebody who's 34K and then somebody who's 44K, obviously on the side and even on the size, the 44K is going to be huge. But the difference in between the 44K in between rib cage and breasts is going to be the same for 34K in between rib cage and breasts. They scale up or scale down. Now, before I let you go, I want to show you something that I've created, and if you decide to get it, you will qualify for Totally Boob Nerd. You don't have to, but it's a great way to show this channel and me some support. I created this merch. In the UK sizing, there is no I in the sizing. That's why there is no I. So I do not want to hear any criticism about the letter missing. Also, I did not go for the double sizes because I did not have enough space on a t-shirt. But this is the cups in a Fibonacci sequence. My brain at work is something special sometimes. So if you want to call yourself certified boob nerd, then I'd be happy to see you wearing one of these t-shirts and confuse people. You have the links, I'm guessing, under the video. It's in my merch store. And I thank you. Phew, what a ride! History, geography, science, math. This bra thing is quite huge, huh? Well, if you found it as interesting as I did, I would really love to see thumbs up, comments down in the comment section below, and subscribe, because this is how you can help the channel, and also it will help with the algorithm to show the video to the people who might find this information interesting and also important. And I really thank you for all the support that you're showing me. Also, I really think that you will love this video here, and I will see you there.